My name is Sajjal Pant. I'm from Nepal. I migrated to Bangalore 15 years ago with a clue that I am going to do something in my life. Storytelling is something that I endured. ABBS plays a very huge part when it comes to storytelling. Let me explain you what Toastmasters is exactly. ABBS helped me network with a lot of people. Take the first step. Right. If you think you are going in the right way, I don't think anyone in this world can stop you. Welcome to another episode of Changemakers by ABBS. In this inspiring conversation, we meet Mr. Sajjal Pant, HR and Marketing from the batch of 2019-2021. Now Director of Operations at HWWEC. He is also an emerging musician. He is a Toastmaster, language trainer, and an animator. Sajjal shares how creativity, communication, and courage helped him build a multi-passionate path of purpose and impact. Hi, I welcome you to Changemakers by ABPS podcast. Thank you so much for joining us in today. Thank you so much for welcoming me here. So, before we get into the actual conversation, could you mind letting us know a bit about yourself, your journey so far, and also the work that you do? Sure. My name is Sajjal Pant. I'm from Nepal. I migrated to Bangalore 15 years ago with a clue that I am going to do something in my life. Okay. I had no idea what that would turn up to. I completed my AI animation in a JITS. I had no idea again where I was going. And just with the thought that, yes, I am going to do this, I somehow got into Google. And then when I left Google, I joined Optus. And when I left Optus, I thought, yes, it's time to start something on my own. I started a firm while handling my parents' business. And after all the roller coaster, I joined ABBS. And now finally, I'm pursuing my passion. That is music. Great. So, what inspired you to get into music and before that into the journey of animation and storytelling? Animation and storytelling, again, it was not exactly as planned. When I was a child, I think every child has different dreams. I think the way we grow up, our dreams keep on getting bigger. Yeah. I was brought up into a typical Asian family. That means everybody wanted me to succeed as a doctor or an engineer. Then, like, there was a phase where I wanted to become a musician. There was a phase when I wanted to become an astronaut. There was a phase when I actually wanted to become a doctor. But yes, I think animation is something that pulled me in. Rather than me choosing it, animation chose me. I grew up watching cartoons. I grew up watching very fancy movies. And I always used to wonder what exactly does VFX do. And apart from this, I started my journey in music since I was 3 years old. So when you say animation, it just does not depend on whether it's a VFX or animating a cartoon character. It also deals with music production. Yeah. That was one of the key factors that pulled me in. And then comes to storytelling. Storytelling is something that I endured. ABBS plays a very huge part when it comes to storytelling. Because if it was not for ABBS, I would have never been introduced to something called as Toastmasters. Yeah. To be very honest, Toastmasters helped me shape my life. That gave me confidence to become the person that I am today. Right. I'm not saying that it is the sole reason where I am today, but yes, it definitely helped me build up the confidence to say, yes, now I can finally pursue the thing that I've always wanted since my childhood, that is music. And talking about music, every kid dreams of becoming a musician at some point of their life because they can sing. But since the age of 3, I started playing guitar. And that just kept on me. I think 28 years later, I think I can say I'm a musician now. Right, right. Absolutely.
So, how do you think, like you just mentioned, like Toastmaster was a defining stepping stone in your career, and so how do you think that actually helped you shape your like leadership skills and also like public speaking skills?
Let me explain you what Toastmasters is exactly.
Mm-hmm.
People usually build up a mistake, build up a confusion thinking that Toastmasters is all about public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
They think giving speeches in a weekly manner or when you get your slot for your speech is the only thing that we do. At my time at ABBS, I got introduced to Toastmasters.
Mm-hmm.
And quickly, when we started the club, I was a vice president education in the club. And then on the next term, I was elected as president of the club. That helped me build up leadership. But apart from that, that made me understand what others want rather than what I want. Was I confident on public speaking before I joined Toastmasters? Yes, I was. I was performing on stages, so I did not have that stage fright. I had confidence to go out and speak to people,
Yeah.
communicate with them, initiate a conversation. That was never an issue with me. But what Toastmasters helped me understand is that in a room, if there are 20 people, you cannot just always think about yourself. So when we were in a club, ABBS Toastmasters Club, I understood that there are 19 other people apart from me. And I understood their problems.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody came with a dream of studying MBA. MBA means fancy managerial job, getting placed into a very big company, earning in lakhs, but something that everyone lacks in terms of B schools, especially all the B schools in Bangalore, is communication. Because after completing the UG and stepping into PG, there's a huge bridge
Yeah.
that everyone needs. UG is all about education, education, education. And PG is also about education, education, education. But what Toastmasters taught me was, see, life is not just about education, 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 but there's something very pivotal thing that is required in life, that is communication.
Yeah.
And 19 other people in my club had problems with communication one way or other. I met with people who were not even confident to pronounce their name. If you would have asked them, what is your name? They would have taken a pause, a brief pause, and then said, okay, not even my name is this, just the name. And even for that, they used to sweat. They used to wonder, oh my God, I'm at the spotlight. What am I going to do? However, I think throughout my journey of Toastmasters with ABBS, I think I saw people change.
Yeah.
And that helped me understand, yes, being a president is not just a title. It made me understand what is the responsibility that comes with
Yes,
it.
it is also a responsibility. Yeah.
And it made my friend's problem or my colleague's problem my problem.
Mm-hmm.
I did not just have intention to complete my two pathways, but it helped me understand that my intention right now as a president back then was to help them complete their pathways too. And apart from that, the amount of fun that we had during those days, learning while having fun is the most beautiful experience that I've had during Toastmasters.
Right. And also networking, right? I mean, you get to know a lot of people through that club. So that is also one of the points.
Yes, I'd also like to add, like after completing my journey at ABBS Toastmasters Club, I decided to explore more in terms of Toastmasters, and then I got into a district leadership role too.
Mm-hmm.
I was an area director for our area. I had five other clubs other than ours, ABBS Toastmasters Club, and that definitely helped me network with a lot of people. That gave me an opportunity to talk to people from Bangalore, outside Bangalore, internationally, because Toastmaster is not just a brand that is isolated within Bangalore. It is an international brand. And if you decide to keep on pursuing Toastmasters, then sky is the limit. It's not again just about developing your communication skill, it is about developing your personality.
Yes, yes. Life skills, basically. You're also a language proficiency trainer. So, what is that learning, suggestion or advice that you give to learners?
Language proficiency trainer. My parents own a immigration consultancy.
Okay.
That that means I from my childhood I've heard the terms like IELTS,
Mm-hmm.
PTE, TOEFL, and that made me keen on what exactly that is.
Right.
I come from a country where English is not a primary language.
Yeah.
It's not even a secondary, not even a tertiary language.
Yeah.
English is something that always made me wonder, okay, can I get better with it? The way I'm speaking now, I definitely was not the same person back then. What made me improve is the willingness to learn the language. And while learning the language, I understood what kind of problems that people face. And that made me realize, yes, I can try and help other people out too.
Yeah.
So that is where my language proficiency trainer's journey comes in. And it definitely made me understand that again, it's just a language. If you can, if someone can survive optional mathematics, statistics, economics, finance, English is just another language. So that also is something that I would like to pass on to everyone who thinks speaking in English is a tough thing right now, because it's definitely not our first language. And learning a new language or just getting comfortable with it is going to take some time.
Right.
You don't need to be perfect with it. You just need to speak in a way that the person sitting in front of you understands.
Right.
And if you feel, that does not mean that you are wrong or you are just not worthy or you are just somewhere inferior to the other person. I believe fail stands for something, first attempt in learning. But that does not imply that it's just going to be first attempt. It'll be second attempt, it'll be third attempt, there'll be hundreds of attempts. But you will need to believe in yourself and you will reach there one day.
Right. So, how do you do that? Do you have a training center or something? How do you take it?
Yes, I usually take virtual online classes.
Mm-hmm.
I I am not 100% into language proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Again, right now I'm trying to make a full-time career out in music. But yes, I do help out multiple IELTS batches or PTE batches in my parents' firm where there is necessity. I step in and take classes for them.
Right. Right. Understood.
I'm a certified trainer.
Understood. So, how do you think that music is helping in your personal growth?
I believe music has no genre.
Mm-hmm.
Music is something more of an emotion. Different people have different way of handling things, handling difficult situations in life. For me, since my childhood, music has been the only thing that has been standard. Whether I'm sad, I can relate that situation to music. If I'm happy, I can relate that situation to music too. That made me understand that nothing is worthy of giving up, nothing is worthy of flying high in the sky, because if you are having a really horrible day, there might be someone else having more worse day than yours. And if you think you are having the best day of your life, that does not mean tomorrow something bad might not happen. Music keeps me Music helps me keep my sanity.
Yeah.
It's a reality check for me, and it definitely helps me deal with other personal stress too, whether it's work related stress. It's like a stress buster. So when I was at my time at Google, we had a unique team leader and he used to get us a sponge. So whenever we are stressed out with the situation, we used to just squeeze that sponge. Now I've turned that sponge into music, and I squeeze my priority in music whenever I feel that yes, this is right time for me to squeeze my stress buster, because if I do not do that, I definitely will lose my sanity. So music is basically a stress buster for me.
Right, right. So, what role did ABBS play in instilling that passion inside you to carry forward like what you are interested? For example, you're carrying music now as a passion. So, how did ABBS
Yes.
help you in that journey?
I remember everyone's face when I joined
Mhm,
ABBS. I remember the first day of orientation. I remember everyone were keen.
mhm.
Someone was keen about, yes, today we are going to learn a new thing. Someone was keen about, see, there are so many people, I'm going to make new friends. Someone was keen about, yes, I'm going got into one of the best B school in India. I was keen about MBA, getting my MBA, and then wanting to build something more.
Yeah,
But during the process in ABBS, what it made me realize was, no matter how hard you work, if you are going to be successful, you need to understand what you want in your life.
yeah,
You can try and portray what you want to be in your life if you really decide upon it. Education does not limit your skills. Whether you join marketing, whether you join HR, whether you join finance, whether now you join BA, it does not mean that you are liable to just be inside that bubble. If you want to do something in your life, ABBS made me realize that if you want to become something, all you have to do is stand up and try.
yeah,
It does not matter whether you fail or not. Whether you succeed, whether you fail, that's a secondary thing. Until you try, there's nothing that you are going to achieve. Life gave me two options: whether I could be happy with whatever I had, or I could have asked for something more. Something more in the sense to get out of my comfort zone,
yeah.
get out of the bubble that I've been living in, and actually pursue my dream. So I said, 30 years, 31 years of age, why not? If I don't do it right now, when exactly am I going to do? So, yes, ABBS definitely helped me become more confident.
Right. So, can you share a life-changing experience at ABBS, which actually you will remember for your entire life and which had actually really helped you in your journey?
Okay. When you ask this to people, I think a lot of people are going to talk to you about really well trained professors, really good faculty members,
Mhm.
really well curriculum books,
Yeah.
subjects. But I still am going to stick to Toastmasters. If it wasn't for Toastmasters, I don't think this confidence in me would have been there. People assume why Toastmasters, what is it different from the English communication skills first semester chapter that we get in our curriculum. It is way different. What you learn in Toastmasters is not exactly what you have in your curriculum. I would say a moment was when we installed a new club in our batch, ABBS Toastmasters Club. Back then, I had no idea what exactly I was doing.
Yeah.
We had a mandatory thing that every person needs to at least be part of two clubs
Okay.
when during my batch. And I when we all started, there were 25 of us when we started, and back then I think I can speak for everyone. We just wanted ABBS Toastmasters to be one of the club that we are joining. We had no idea, no clue on what was going to happen to our lives next. But if you ask to any one of those 25 people,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure, I'm confident that they are going to say the exact same thing. it helped me become a better person, not just through confidence, but through real life skills.
Right.
It helps us evaluate. In terms of communication, there are three things: you need to speak, you need to listen, and you need to evaluate. Toastmasters, usually what people think is just about speaking.
Mhm.
You speak, and that's how you improve your communication skills. But I believe listening and evaluating are two equally important parts in terms of communication.
Yeah.
When you listen to the other person, you understand the situation.
Right.
Then you analyze. That is where you start evaluating. Just because someone is speaking does not mean that there's communication. The other person needs to understand it. And there needs to be an outcome out of that conversation. That is what Toastmaster is going to teach you. And that is the most basic thing that you're going to learn.
Right.
Apart from networking, leadership, and your personality development. So if you ask me, what exactly is the one thing that you will always cherish about ABBS? That would be Toastmasters. I'll never forget, and I'll never be grateful enough to ABBS to help me discover this side of me. Because if it was not for ABBS, I would have been never exposed to something called as Toastmasters.
Right. Right. So, what advice would you like to give to young change makers who would like to carry forward like multiple passion as their career option, just like yours?
And advice.
Hmm.
And advice I would like to give anyone, not just young, they might be really young, they might be my age, they might be older than me. If you want to achieve something in my life, it will not happen when you're sleeping, or you're dreaming about it, or you're just thinking about it. It does not have to, you cannot wake up one day and suddenly say, okay, like today I'm going to complete an entire 1,000-kilometer journey. You need to take one step at a time. If you take one step at a time, you will eventually reach that journey.
Yeah.
It does not matter whether you are really young, whether you are really old, or you are at the perfect age. All you need to do is take a first step.
Mhm.
Take the first step first if you are really passionate about it. Then worry about the consequences. Because whether you take the step or not, the consequences that you're worried about is eventually going to come in your life,
Right.
one way or other. But if you do not take that one step, after 10 years, you will be questioning yourself, did I do the right thing? And I believe it's rather easy to try and fail than to live with a question mark that did I, should I, would I?
Yeah.
These are the three things that you should always be aware of. You should always try to get far away from. Take the first step.
Right.
If you think you are going in the right way, I don't think anyone in this world can stop you. And if you take that step, whether it's a day or a year or 10 years, you will reach them.
Right.
You just have to be diligent and passionate about your work every single day.
Also, there are people who are watching us who would be interested to carry forward their music passion as their career. So, what are the steps that you have taken? If you can let us know, like what are the steps you have taken and what we need to do to actually pursue it as a career?
Music as a career. When I first started my journey in music,
Mhm.
it was way different. Back then, we had very less internet access. Right now, all you need to do is be active on social media.
Yeah.
That's how you are going to get recognized. You need to be, if you think you're good enough. I believe music again is something like education. You can never master it.
Yeah.
It's been 28 years since I've been playing guitar, and I still call myself student of music because I don't think anyone can ever completely learn music. There are so many vast things in music that is constantly being developed.
Yeah.
So the first thing that you need to do is build that confidence.
Mhm.
If you are shy, understand that The person who's going to look at you or hear you or watch you play is human again.
Mhm.
Can you stop their judgment? No. If you worry about what the other person is going to think about you, you will you will keep yourself isolated in a place and never grow. The first thing that they need to do is understand that you are a person, you're bound to be errors, you're bound to like think I'm having a bad day, you're bound to think that okay, there might be a day where you think yes, this is not leading me anywhere. But if you are really passionate about music, you will need to chin up, wake up another day, and start your journey from the place where you stopped.
Right.
If you want to grow in music right now, in terms of Indian music scene, the first thing that you would want to do is build a really good social media portfolio. There's something called as brand kit,
Mhm.
musical brand kit. That includes your photographs. While if you have your instruments with you, take beautiful photographs of yourself. Create videos.
Mhm.
Create videos of like if you're a singer, try singing more massy songs.
Mhm.
If you are an instrumentalist, try playing music for a very massy song. Upload it in social media. Shamelessly ask your friends to share it.
Mhm.
If you have to start sharing with all of the people that you know, because that's how you will be heard.
Yeah.
And again, music journey as a banker and journey as a musician are two different things. Banker is something that you go ahead with knowledge. Music is a thing that you develop on the way.
Yes.
And being a musician, again, I'm not going to say it's going to give you rainbows and butterflies every day. You need to struggle, but if you have confidence and skills, you are going to get acknowledged, you are going to get spotlighted, and you will reach there.
Yeah.
But never stop learning.
Yes, and also in any field, you need to have patience. I mean, in between, if you feel like, no, I have to give up, then obviously that is not going to work out. So you have to be patient. All right, it was really an insightful conversation with you, and thank you so much for joining us in today.
Thank you so much, Nita, for having me here.